The kicker musical chairs of 2025 have started for the Washington Commanders, or maybe not, because they just gave a kicker the highest guarantee a kicker has ever gotten in the NFL and released the guy that kicked us to the divisional round last year. Let's talk about it. Per Tom Pelissero, veteran kicker and former captain of the Indianapolis Colts, Matt Gay is signing with the Washington Commanders on a one-year deal worth over $4.25 million, fully guaranteed, per agent David Cantor and Nes Mugrabi of Aura Sports Group. Aura Sports Group is a fire name for a sports agency, by the way. It is the most fully guaranteed money for a kicker on a one-year deal in NFL history. Gay can earn up to $5 million with reachable incentives. Parents like myself, if your kid is a soccer player, maybe not that great, but he can kick the hell out of a football, look what he can be. He can make $5 million as a 30-year-old kicker in the National Football League. I'm going to have my son kicking field goals this summer for reasons just like this. But Zane Gonzalez, in a corresponding move, was released by the team. He was 5 for 7, and he doinked us to the divisional round with a famous kick versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers last year. But it feels like Adam Peters and company, they said enough is enough. We are not going to do the musical chairs revolving door at the kicker position this year. We saw the list of kickers Washington went through last year. There was Brandon McManus, Riley Patterson, a UFL dude. It was 6 kickers throughout the season. Austin Seibert, Zane Gonzalez, Cade York. We even traded for a kicker, ended up getting that compensation back because he didn't make the team or stay long. But we're not going through those games this year. Matt Gay is a guy who's made 85% of his career field goals. In his last couple seasons, it dropped to 80 and 83.8, but a lot of that is because he kicked 22 kicks over 50 plus yards, and he made only 50% of them. He was 11 of 22, but other than that, he's only missed 3 kicks inside of 50 during that period. So we got a guy. He's also missed only 3 extra points over the last 5 years. Let's get that number down to 0. Let's not ever miss an extra point ever again. I still dream about the Austin Seibert extra point that ruined another Jaden Terry masterpiece in Miracle when lightning struck twice at Northwest Stadium. But Matt Gay, good kicker, older kick. Well, is 31 for a kicker old? I'm looking at his career right now. I'm looking at his career stats right now. We're going over. It's a kicker, man. I seen somebody was like, I needed splits. I needed splits from outdoors to indoor. That's how sick we are as fans, bro. We're out here about to fully research a kicker. His 2 years in Indianapolis, 33 of 41, 31 of 37, 28 of 30 in LA, 32 of 34 and 14 of 16 and 27 of 35. His worst season was 77%. I think we're good to go at the kicker position, y'all. I don't think this is going to be a kicker competition. I don't think they want a kicker competition. They are probably frightened at the thought of having competition at the kicker position right now. They don't want to have to deal with it. Good teams don't have to worry about shit like place kickers. Giving a guy almost up to $5 million in guaranteed money tells me they are not only confident in this guy's probably going to be one of our special teams captains. We should not have to worry about the field goal position, because part of why we went for 4th down so many times last year is because we were so inconsistent. Austin Seibert came in and was a godsend for us for a little bit. Shout out to Cyborg for all of his efforts and endeavors, and shout out to OCD Zane. Won us a playoff game. Forever grateful. And he kicked his ass off during the playoffs for this football team. But I don't ever want to see a season where we have 5 to 7 kickers ever again for whatever reason. Like, I don't want to see kickers on the injury list. I don't want to be out here talking about, should we draft the kicker in the 6th or 7th round? I don't ever want to feel like it stings when a kicker goes off the board in the draft and I'm like, oh no, Andre Gonzalez just got drafted in the 5th or 6th round. We should not have to think about specialists. You know, we've had Tress Way for so long, one of the more consistent players on the roster. Like, I say this all the time, and I mean this with no disrespect. Like, kickers, punters, specialists at specific positions, they're not football players. We should not have to be worried about the non-football players on the team. And that is no disrespect to you guys because y'all play a part. And despite being non-football players, games come down to you. Games, seasons, playoffs, and championships come down to the foot of a player that's put the least work in on the roster. So it is an important position to nail down. Hopefully we do not have to worry about kicker for quite some time because kickers can kick till they're in their 40s. This guy is 31 years old, a captain, and he makes most of his kicks. Maybe we don't need to put him in too many situations where he's kicking 50 plus, because if he's missing 50 plus in a dome in Indianapolis, the wind be blowing out here. The humidity, there might be things that could affect his accuracy as a kicker. So we have a kicker now, guys, and his name is Matt Gay. Welcome to the Washington Commanders. Best of luck on your endeavors elsewhere, my guy, Zane Gonzalez, man. You will never be forgotten. Austin Cyborg as well. You know, we had that boy Zane out there kicking in number 47. That's how I like my kickers. That's how I like my kickers, in nasty numbers. But here we are, man. Here we are, a couple days after the draft. We were just talking on Commanders Kings last night with Louis T, Ed, and Rico about how Washington hasn't addressed the kicker situation at all or given any competition to Zane Gonzalez. Team said, hold my beer. We're not going to give competition to Zane Gonzalez. We're going to cut him, and we're going to sign what we believe is a better kicker. So Matt Gay makes a ton of sense for this team going forward. I'm going to get some content out about our undrafted free agents, especially Ja'Cory Brooks. You know, we got to be the first NFL team in the history of the league to have two guys named Ja'Cory on the roster simultaneously. We're going to talk about Robert McDaniels out of Jackson State, Fentrell Cypress, Carlin Vigors, Tim McKay, and the Virginia Tech quarterback that I think we're going to have running at like tight end or wide receiver at our rookie mini camp coming up soon, and more Gabe Taylor discussion as well. Rookie mini camp will be May 8th through the 11th, and the schedule will be coming out, I believe, May 14th or 15th. So we're going to have more content going that way. And then after that, all we got left is some OTAs and some mandatory mini camp. And then there's a long slog until training camp begins at the end of July. But shit moves fast this year. The Hall of Fame game is on the last day of July. Football before the month of August on a television screen sounds like Christmas morning around this time of year. But Washington has a new kicker. Zane Gonzalez is out. I'm not going to keep you. I'm not going to ramble any more than I need to or bloviate about the kicker position because you know how I feel about specialists. Welcome to the squad, Mr. Matt Gay. Please stay healthy, and please just do the one job you were brought here to do. Make some damn kicks. That's all I got for right now. Hail to the Washington Commanders. Commander Rio.